So into the bowl of a food processor, add 2 cups of flour, all-purpose, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And just quickly pulse this just so that it mixes all the dry ingredients together. Okay, now add in 1½ sticks or 8 tablespoons of butter, which should be cold and cubed. And just pulse this a few times. And right now, after that, you should have some pea-sized pieces of butter left. Now, just a little bit at a time, through the spout of your food processor, olive oil, add half a cup of ice water. And this should, if you have a dough made on your food processor, you should make that now. Once you've finished mixing your dough, take it out of the food processor, and on a lightly floured surface, just roll it out with a rolling pin until it's about 10 by 14 inch square. And you want to make this as precise as you can, so I recommend using a ruler. And as soon as you're finished with this, put it on a sheet pan and refrigerate it for at least an hour. Okay, so now we're going to start on the filling. And the main part of the filling, by far, is apples. And you will need 6 Granny Smith apples for this recipe. And you want to peel them, core them, and slice them very thinly. And I don't mean wafer thin. You can see by the size of these, they're definitely not wafer thin. But you definitely want to make a uniform size. See, you can do this using a mandolin, or, well, there are a lot of kitchen tools that can do this. And just a trick, if you want to make your tart look pristine, really, really nice, don't use the top and bottom of the apples, because they, for obvious reasons, will be smaller than the middle of the apple. So as you can see here, all of my apple slices are of the middle, and you might be able to see that by the size. Once your pastry has been refrigerated for upwards of an hour, line your tart pan with parchment paper. And the easiest way to do this, I found, is to get a square of parchment paper, put it on your tart pan, and then where there's a corner, just cut down right there, and then sort of just overlap these edges. And once you've done that with all 4 corners, just cut off the excess. So now it's time to fill your tart. And the way to make this look really elegant is to just start out by putting your apples overlapping each other. And I'll try to get a close-up if I can. There. And you just want to overlap them for the whole width of your tart pan. And sorry, what I meant by overlapping is not just one on top of the other on top of that one. I sort of mean alternating overlapping. So this one and this one are in the back, and this one's in the front. And you should have probably 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And as I said before, they shouldn't be on top of each other exactly as they would. They should be a bit overlapping. So I finished that row now. And you just want to keep on repeating this pattern until you've finished your whole tart. So now you want to fill your tart. And to make this really elegant and nice, you're going to want to do a pattern with your apples. And the pattern that I like best, and the one that you see in most pastry shops, is this one. And as you can see, I just have 2 in the back, and then 2 in the front. And the 2 in the front, each one goes in the middle or on the side of one of the back row. And I'll just sort of demonstrate a bit here. So you should have something like this, as you can see that, in each row. And you just want to do that all the way until you've finished your whole tart. Once you've lined your whole pan with apples, just sprinkle half a cup of sugar over, trying to get just the same amount of coverage on the whole tart. And dot it with cubes of butter. And try to do this uniformly. So once you've finished lining and dotting your tart, just place this in the oven at 400 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour. And this is what it should look like when it's done. And the way I got it out so easily is most tart pans have 2 stages or parts. One is the walls of the tart, and it has a hole in it, as you can see. And then it has a floor that goes on top like that. And what you do, once your tart is all ready, you put any vessel that has a narrower top than bottom, such as a clay pot, and just push down like that, and this will stay up there while the walls go down there. Then take this, put it on your serving plate, and sort of just go like this, and the tart will slide off. You could also just hold the tart and pull this out. Then do the same thing with the parchment paper. And as you can see, I have little glaze on top. And what that is half a cup of apricot jelly or apricot jam that has been sifted. And you mix that with 2 tablespoons of dark rum. And then just brush that evenly, put a large coat of that on top of your tart. And that's what gives it a nice look.